Episode 6.
Okay. How's the response been for the show?
Oh, it's been great. It's been great, especially online. Video.
Okay.
Video's been amazing.
Yeah, people want the video. They want to see a visual. They don't want just,
Yeah.
the audio anymore.
No, for sure.
You want to do just like a quick mic check real quick? Yeah, just you can do mic
1 2
check.
1 2.
There you go.
1 2 1 2.
Sounds good.
Fat Bobby in the house.
Hey,
Yeah.
can you hear me all right? Or pull it closer?
Yeah, right there is perfect.
Is good?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
John.
Yo.
All right. So I'm ready when you are. I'll just clap you in.
Okay.
And yeah, I would just be mindful of like the mics. So like, make sure you're basically right around there. You'll be good.
Right here.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I know like a lot of people forget the mic is there and they'll just turn away from it.
Okay.
Just you'll
So speaking as I'm speaking to the mic.
and you'll be perfect.
Okay.
Don't go too far off.
Yeah.
Don't go because some people go back like.
Okay.
People go
It's a
back.
natural thing. They just forget.
Yeah,
it.
because I have a habit of doing
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
But you can move the mic also. You could grab like this piece here and
Okay.
like swivel it to you. You can
Okay.
get the headphones out of the way if you're not gonna use
Yeah,
it.
that's what I do.
Should I
lean
use the
back.
headphones or?
It's up to you. Yeah. You
Only if you want to
No,
hear
you don't-
yourself.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there
Alright.
you go. You'll be able to control it however you want.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna clap you in. You don't have to start right off the bat. but-
Okay. Como by and welcome another episode of the Super P Podcast. It is Polo Parata in my gimmick mask, the Marathon Clothing Company. You can get this on the marathonclothingcompany.com. Nipsey Hussle's brand, a dope brand. And on my next unboxing, I will have a shirt that everybody should have in their repertoire. It says "Fuck Donald Trump."
Who makes the shirt?
The Marathon Clothing Company.
Okay.
So I'm gonna debut it on the next unboxing 26. I'm just waiting for one more thing. GK, how you doing?
Not so good.
Why?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, so he doesn't want to talk about it. We're gonna move on. So we have another one of my friends here. Robert was on the old show, and he works with Shinju. He's a VP. What's it? Business
VP
development.
of Business Development for Human Brands.
And Artisan.
And actually Director of Sales for Senju Japanese Whiskey.
Okay. So, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome back on
Thank
the
you
show.
for having me again.
Parabens. So, last time we left off, you was doing Shinju. We were no COVID. You were rocking and rolling. Me and GK went to one of your events. It was
Yes.
awesome. I got really, really drunk. He watched
Okay.
me because he doesn't drink.
Okay.
But so how has COVID affected your branding and stuff you had to accomplish?
It has gotten us in the space or the mindset to rethink our marketing strategies and how we're actually going to reach our demographic to let them know what we're doing as a company. My specific goal is to really get people to engage and want to go out to find Senju Japanese whiskey. So utilizing social media, being that we can't do live events, retail stores not allowing us to go in stores to do tastings directly with our customers or potential customers. So finding creative ways to reach individuals to know about our product. Pretty much is what COVID has done. But I think it's been good for us. It's been good and been bad. We've lost a lot of the on-premise, which are the retail stores. Bars and restaurants.
Right.
But we're actually really active in the retail stores because people can't go out to, eat, dine, and be at social gatherings outside as they were. So they're entertaining indoors and they're going out stocking up on wines and spirits.
Yeah. So basically, you guys had to just refocus, I guess, and
Yeah.
like kind of like pull stuff back, and then kind of like. So, you think now you guys have a bigger online presence because you can't do a lot of the things, like the live events, and because I'm telling you, a shinju whiskey event is an event.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Me and him, we had a great time at the one we went.
gotcha. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Shinju whiskey is awesome. I remember when I first had it. I actually had it the first time at a Fashion Week event that you guys were at. Remember?
That's correct. Yes,
and yeah, it was I
Sustainable
don't-
Fashion Week.
Yeah,
I believe.
yeah, yeah. And I don't really drink whiskey like that, but it was really smooth. You know what I'm saying? So so I know you told me. So what are the changes now? You know, there's a big change now with the whole company as a whole. From when you was on Been There Rock That. So what's the change of the company now?
Well, we were in the process of expanding. We, as a company, didn't want to just have one product. If that product didn't do as well as we would hope it would
Right.
be, we wanted to have, especially when I did mention being in this business is very, very extremely cash sensitive. We own the liquid, but the other parts or the moving parts of creating a brand and moving a brand, very cash sensitive. So we wanted to create verticals where we could actually have access to the distribution process and other ways to be able to get our products out to consumers. So we are now partnered with one of our clients that we were doing business with. We actually formed a company, and we are now a hospitality company where we're actually wine and spirits, tequila is our primary focus as a company. We actually have ownership in a distillery in Mexico where we create private label products for individuals who want to create their own brands or looking for tequila. The Japanese whiskey is going to be a tiered Japanese whiskey where this is a 2 to 4 year blended whiskey. We're coming out with an 8-year, then a 12-year, then a 15 and a 30.
So wait, real quick. So when you talk about the tiers, is it a different taste or?
So yes, there's going to be different, like whiskey's actually, this is actually created more for the U.S. consumer. And you guys drink bourbon whiskey?
Yeah,
Well, I know you don't
yeah.
drink as much, but
I was never a bourbon person.
Okay.
Personally. Yeah.
well, this was created to be more of a bourbon on the finish. But the 8-year is going to be what you call more peatier, a little smokier flavor. And then we'll continue to create different blends of the whiskey to appeal to certain demographics, more people who are more whiskey consumers
Right.
or connoisseurs.
Right.
This was created for someone that's an introductory to Japanese whiskeys, or someone who may be drinking Jameson or Bullet that's looking to experience a Japanese whiskey. But then Japanese whiskeys are very premium price right now. So if someone wanted to chase the Japanese whiskey, they may end up paying $80, $90, $100 or more. So this is actually created as a more affordable price point.
So how much is the price point of a regular shinju?
So now it actually retails between $50 and $60
Okay.
in the retail stores.
And
Yeah.
I guess with the tier ones, will it be the same packaging? Will it be different bottles?
It'll be different.
shapes.
This is the white pearl version.
Yeah.
As you see on the logo on the front, that is actually supposed to be or created to be like a white pearl. The second 8-year is going to be black pearl. And then we'll continue to create the different marketing packages or the levels of senju
Yeah, 'cause
as we create them, bring them to the market.
Yeah, because I think with the different bottles and stuff like that, you're gonna get like different audiences.
Yes.
People like variations and stuff.
Oh, for sure.
And go ahead, G.
No, would you ever think about doing like an artist edition? Like
We actually are.
you are.
Yeah, I didn't want to, we're actually bringing something to market called a Yasuke
Okay.
version, which is the 8-year. But Yasuke actually was an African samurai. And that artwork has been created, and we're going to actually place that on the bottle. And that's going to be the 8-year version.
Okay, so who did the artwork? Do you mind me asking?
Yes. There's a gentleman that we're working with out of Miami. Is Emilio, who you guys know.
He did this.
Yeah. So, Emilio is our artwork, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, our artist, rather.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Emilio.
Yeah, shout out to Emilio.
Yeah, but
Was Emilio? Remember we went to that event?
yeah,
and,
that was
Williams-
Emilio. Yeah, he met
Yeah,
him.
he's a good
Okay.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he met him.
Yeah.
Thank you, Emilio.
Yeah.
Had a great time.
Yeah, Emilio flew up during the summer, and we hung out for a while, and got some thoughts and got some things that we're going to be working on with him for the whiskey going forward. To answer your question with the artwork.
Yeah, he's super
Yep.
talented.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So are you gonna have like a the next question is, are you gonna have like an artist series? Like, going forward, like I know you're doing stuff with Emilio, but are you gonna like start to, because I know, listen, you connect with a lot of people,
Yeah.
So it could be where you have like a special edition bottle, or just, what I'm saying, I know, maybe, I don't know, I just think like that, like if you're gonna do that, then,
Oh no, that's the plan. And as this to answer your question, we're doing stuff with John Nubian with
Yeah.
Art Now.
Oh, yeah.
So all of that, those collaborations, and we started to get a think tank going and come up with some ideas as to how we want to position artists or an artist series with the brand is definitely in the works. Yep.
So I know you were telling me there's some stories behind some of these bottles.
Yes.
So I want to hear some of these stories. I know you guys got some good ones.
So the bottle here on your left-hand side,
Yeah.
the first bottle in the front, that was the company, some associates of mine who actually had an opportunity to create a tequila brand. And they were bringing it to market, but they didn't have resources. And I have a company called Media Kitchen. So I, dibble and dabble. And as you know, I know certain people. So they reached out to me to help them market the brand. At the time, I was actually in the building at Bad Boy negotiating, helping to bring money for the Biggie Smalls movie. And my business associate was offered, they saw his skill set, he was an attorney, mergers and acquisitions attorney, and they offered him the position as business development head. So that bottle in the front was our very first entry into the wine and liquor business, because during the course of the time we were negotiating this deal, and they offered him the position, the guys that I know came and asked me to help them. I just so happened to be in the building. They were just getting into the spirit liquor business with Ciroc. They knew the business and they were looking to expand and go to another level. I just happened to have a tequila brand that they liked. And we tried to do business. Deal fell apart. Associates of mine heard the story. Some associates of mine actually, family is part of founders of the Soho House.
Oh, okay.
They had some activity going on with distilleries that they owned in Mexico. They invited me out or flew me out and said, hey, listen, our guy said we could do business with you. Here's ownership in the brand. And me being excited, I came back, made some phone calls. We formed a company. And Copa Imperial Tequila is the bottle.
Is it this,
Yes.
this one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That bottle was our entry into the spirit business. And we started running with it from there. Simultaneously, as we're kind of getting into that business and our friends starting to hear what we're doing, we ended up with one of our associates, Eric Banks, in Atlanta, doing a deal with Tiny, T.I.'s wife. So that bottle, Tiny's Tequila, was our next entry into the business.
Oh, wow.
Wait, which one is
The
tiny?
black bottle.
The black one, the orange flavor. Right.
Yes. It was an orange and a lime flavor, but I just brought the one bottle with me for you guys to see. And we started running with that, had success with that, and we got on the radar with people seeing what we were doing as a company. And we then, got our learning under our belt that it was very cash sensitive. We wanted to be in this business. We needed to raise capital. So it's been like a EKG. It's been up and down. Some days we were like, hey, fellas, we gave it a good shot, but, we need money. Somebody would call, hey, man, heard you guys in the liquor business. I want to be down.
Right.
I got 20K. I got 10K. And we kept the doors open until we were able to raise capital and get with a group that saw, the value in what we were doing. So here we are. We've actually that started in 2013. Now we're in 2021. You know, we've grown the company, and these are some of the brands. The tequila, the Marjorie was an acquisition. And that's a champagne directly from France. If you shake those bottles, they're gold flakes.
Oh
And,
yeah. I forgot. You gotta like really
in
shake
each
it.
bottle, so you can see the gold flakes. But it's a very good champagne. You can compare it to some of the higher end premium brands in the market. I think we'll compete and do well with those brands as well. But so we now actually boutique hotels, bars and restaurants, and we're doing. We have ownership in the distillery where we're doing white label products for companies and individuals who want to start their own tequila brands.
How's that going? Do you feel like that space is flooded right now? Kind of
Tequila
like the celebrity,
is one of the fastest growing spirits in the market. So there are a number of tequila brands and people coming out with tequila brands, but we don't see any shortage of or any hesitancy in being in the tequila market with the brands. I think we're doing well.
It's good to hear.
Yeah, with the tequila.
Yeah, because the last one I heard was what was it? Rick Ross. I guess
Rick Ross.
he had tequila, right?
No, Rick has a champagne, Bel Air.
I think he might have a tequila now too.
If he does, I haven't heard it. I know Puffy has one, The Rock, a few other celebrities actually have gotten into the tequila business. Interesting enough, I don't want to name drop, but I mentioned some earlier when I came in.
Yeah.
A couple of those guys are getting their liquid from us.
That's what my next question was.
Yeah, they're getting a liquid from our distillery.
See, that's big right there.
Yeah.
That's
So.
big. So going forward, do you think you guys are going to create more brands? Like,
Oh, of course, that's the business that
yeah,
we're
I'm
in.
saying like.
Yeah.
So how do you guys how do you do it?
Yeah.
Do you do like every 2 years, every 3 years, or just whenever you come up with an idea, you just put it to market?
I mean, we're businessmen. I mean, we're out there doing business, and if an opportunity presents itself and it makes sense, the chemistry is right, because you can't do business with everybody. But we found a partner that values the same. We could do business together. Everybody understands their lane and what we're doing and what is being brought to the table to form a unique company that creates these unique brands. We'll just continue to do it. And the ultimate goal is an exit strategy. If somebody, the story with George Clooney and his tequila?
No.
Casamigos, they sold it to Diageo for $1 billion. Yeah, him and Randy Gerber.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so that's the ultimate goal. Is we're not looking to do this as like a legacy.
Right.
We get a certain number of cases that we sold. Somebody, hey, fellas, you like what you're doing? We're going to offer you a fat check. You keep X amount of percentage. Then we can go to the beach, sit back, and continue to create brands looking at the beach.
I know. He said a Billy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know it got
Crazy.
sold.
Oh, yeah, if you do some research, like brands actually, that they're selling for that when some of the larger companies come and they want to acquire the brand. Basically, they say you've put the brand on the market. They'll come in with their resources to grow it and their distribution channels, and they'll give you, if you stay on for a percentage of ownership of a large number, and you just continue to keep creating brands.
That's what I'm saying. So what?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's dope. So
Yeah,
basically,
it's
you
crazy.
can literally just sell this off
Yeah,
and start all over again with something else.
like real estate. You sell some real estate, you just keep
We're
going
in the
back.
wrong business.
Keep going back doing it again.
We're in the wrong business. Let's just sell wine and booze. And live
I mean,
happily.
I think you can do more than just one. I guess it's just about creating a brand.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what industry you're in, as long as your brand's good, people want it. There'll be someone higher up.
Yeah, looking at it, yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of streetwear brands that are owned by big corporations.
Oh yeah, like Supreme and North
well,
Face. And,
that's
You're
a
right.
recent like A-Life.
yeah,
You know,
they're
a
all
lot of
owned by
them.
somebody.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. So
So I'm sorry, I'm talking to, you guys may not know this brand. It's called Naomi. It's a very popular wine brand. So I'm talking to a guy that I do some business in the industry. He said, "Oh yeah, that's owned by Facebook." I'm like, "What?"
Wow.
I said, "Wait a minute, Facebook?" He's the owners of Facebook own this brand. So, but that's you get a brand that becomes popular, unless you want to create a legacy to have it go on within your family.
Mm-hmm.
That's the ultimate goal: is you create the brands, and once you reach a certain selling point in the marketplace, somebody, one of the corporations will come say, "Hey man, let's take this off your hand. Here goes a couple of bill. We'll take it from here. You stay on for this. You can consult, and stay on for a percentage of ownership with the brand. And you go back to the drawing board. Okay, what's the market looking for now? And you continue
crazy,
to do
bro.
this.
That business plan is amazing.
Oh yeah, so that's the ultimate goal.
You just got to put the work in.
Well, you also got to be able to dictate trends and like have a good eye.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna shake this bottle up while y'all talking.
Which
Keep on
is,
talking.
that's, you can't buy that. It's either you're born with it or not. You have a good eye.
Right.
You can dictate a trend. Know what's cool.
Well, that's why you get smart people around you, people that kind of understand the industry. You keep an eye, you keep abreast of things that are going on in this particular industry space, and also trends and what people are doing out in the marketplace. Your consumers, you talk to them and try to understand, what the next trend is coming, and you go in and find, an opportunity or something you can create to feed into that market or sell into that market, and just surround yourself with some creative people, smart people, and you get a winning formula. Mm-hmm. Just keep it moving.
You brought up the Soho House.
Yes.
And I remember the first time someone told me they invited me to Soho House, like 15 years ago or something. I didn't know what it was until I got invited.
Got you.
Would you like to tell people what Soho House is? Because I have a feeling a lot of people don't know.
Soho House,
you got to get invited to go.
You got to get invited, but...
you can visit, but to become a member, you have to be brought in and someone has to sponsor you as a member.
Right.
But it's a private club. It was created more so for creatives, to be able to have a space to come in to be able to network with other creatives. Since I think it's because it's become popular and a place where people want to be part of. It's grown from the original one that they had down in the meatpacking district. They have actually Soho houses now around the world.
Right.
Yeah, they're in a bunch of different Dubai and
once you're a member, you can go to all of them.
Then you can go to all of them. Yeah.
I know there's one in Dumbo.
Yeah.
I know about a couple of them. Yeah, I had a friend that she released a rap song.
Okay.
And it did really, really well. Out of nowhere. She was just a normal girl to me. And then next thing you know, she was a rapper.
Okay.
And next thing you know, she was at Soho House. And she used to invite me to go over there. And it's a really powerful place. You get a lot of people in there with a lot of money and a lot of connections.
Oh, yeah. So that model has been created. I forget forgetting there's another space that's in Midtown that's similar, but that concept is actually becoming really popular. It has become really popular in a few others, but I think they were one of the original with that, not the membership idea, but that whole concept for creatives, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
Disney
has, even Disney had their own private club in Louisiana, was it like Club 66 or something, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. So the models have been around for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a good model. Yeah. If you can get invited.
The Soho House is great to party at. I partied for numerous people's birthdays there. Dante Ross had a birthday party there. They used to have little hidden DJ gigs there. You had to be invited by them to come. So it was cool.
Yeah, cool spot.
Cool spot.
Yeah, movie theater in there, pool, and restaurant.
Yeah,
it's a cool spot.
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, so how much did how much that big bottle cost again?
That bottle there, the Magnum size, a couple of $1,000. Yeah.
Couple of thousand. How many thousand are we talking here?
Well, it depends on who's selling it in the marketplace.
So the bottle that I just shook up is 2 stacks right now.
About 2 stacks, yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a $2,000 bottle of wine or champagne.
Yeah, and as
right?
I said, you got that's 14 karat gold flakes in it.
What?
Yeah, man.
What? It's a
Yo.
gold foil, all right? The gold leaf.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
GK, we are doing the wrong profession.
Yeah.
Bro. We got a $2,000 bottle of wine here with gold flakes in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be passionate about it. And
Yeah.
So those are like for like, I guess big extravagant parties and stuff like that, right? Or
Yeah.
like birthdays or special occasions, right?
So, as I mentioned, that company, Marjorie is an associate of ours that actually started the company, and we became associates. But the associate was looking to step on and do some other businesses. But this product was actually being marketed to like the wealthy, the world yacht events,
Definitely
polo
the high
events,
end.
the high end. When a cruise liner is launching,
Oh yeah, that's
champagne.
the bottle they crack.
That's what this was used for.
Yeah.
But our associate actually saw. He says, "Hey, I see what you guys are doing. You guys are actually focusing on a different type of demographic. If you guys was interested." And we said, "Hey, man, listen, we'd like to run with it. It fits into our
So
portfolio."
is it like a special order bottle, or it's kind of like you can just buy it if you?
It initially because it was being monogrammed, Mariah Carey, Puffy, Rihanna. They have bottles that were actually monogrammed with gold for them specifically. But the bottle actually is being sold in the retail stores, and that's our plan to have it in retail stores as a high-end champagne product.
That'll be the bottle behind the glass. Thank you.
Right, yes.
Can do not touch.
Yes.
Only if you're buying.
I guess we need some sparklers for it.
You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine if you dropped that bottle?
Yeah.
If you dropped it, like made a mistake and just dropped it.
Can you imagine hitting somebody with the bottle?
Oh no. That'll kill
Oh,
somebody. That's a
okay,
kill. That's a kill shot right there.
Yeah.
That catch you. That's murder, death, kill. That's it. You're done.
Yeah, so actually about the third or fourth quarter we'll be launching that into the
So they're not on market yet. Or they are on market.
When we actually, as I mentioned, we acquired the company,
Right,
so there was
acquired,
inventory
Okay.
remaining, but we're actually going into production. We're in production to actually bring the product to the market.
Is it gonna be the same bottle, or are you gonna like kind of zhuzh it up
Probably
a little
do
bit?
the same bottle, but we'll probably make some additions to the bottles as we're kind of bringing them to market. But consumers actually that know the product, because the product is not new to the market, we're just kind of reintroducing it and maybe reinventing it slightly.
You know what I'm saying? Like new packaging.
New packaging, yeah.
Different colors, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, man, that's very interesting. I didn't know it was. I forgot it was $2,000.
Yeah, that bottle, the Magnum
Cause
bottle.
you bought that bottle to the
last
other
time
show,
I did. Yeah.
and we were like, she's shaking it like it was no problem. Like, oh my gosh, you dropped that. Like, you gotta really get 3 jobs to pay that off. Payment plan. But
and then the other, so that's the rosé, and the other
Right.
is a brew.
right, okay, so that's a bro. So,
Yeah, and that actually comes in a Magnum as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And I know you was telling me, I don't know you want to talk about this, but no more Milo for all you Milo fans.
Yeah,
You know.
unfortunately, and the Miolo, which is a Brazilian sparkling wine done in the champagne method,
Right.
which is 50% Chardonnay, 50% Chardonnay. But the product actually is extremely very good, but we didn't own the brand.
Right.
We were importing and marketing it to consumers in the United States, and that's a niche that we actually found that we would find products that U.S. consumers weren't really exposed to, and we felt that we could actually bring those things in and bring our brain power to the table and get it to be able to market it to consumers, to create a market for it. But because we didn't own the brand, the marketing dollars and things that we need to.
So it's like your hands are tied almost.
Our hands are tied, and we're putting money into something that we don't own.
Right.
So if someone wants to, an exit strategy, buy the brand, we don't own the brand.
Right.
So it was I don't want to say tough decision. It was a business decision.
Right.
We decided to just let it, We like the brand, but we don't.
I mean, but it
own the
makes
brand.
sense if you don't have control over it.
Right.
It's like someone else is pulling the strings.
Right.
Then, like, why would you keep it?
Glad you keep it.
You know, just let them pull the strings, and you just, you know, get
Yeah.
out.
Would you think about filling that space with something that you own?
Possibly, yeah, because that was sparkling wine. So you guys know the whole sparkling wine champagne.
I do, but I don't think a lot of people.
So if it's champagne is not done or coming out of the Champagne region of France, you can't call it champagne. It's sparkling wine.
Right.
Or if it's coming out of Spain, it's cava. If it's coming out of Italy, it's prosecco. So we may create something, another champagne or a sparkling wine, maybe even.
Do you think you need it in your portfolio with all? Because you got a lot of other stuff going on.
We don't need it.
Right.
I think the lanes that we actually are currently in, I think that we will continue to do well in those spaces.
Right.
But again, this is something that we have ownership of, so we'll probably run with it. You know, there's a market for, premium champagnes out there. So we might just kind of ride that wave and, continue to run with it as opposed to creating another sparkling wine or prosecco.
Right.
Now the market is actually these craft cocktail sort of drinks that are in the marketplace. Those are actually really popular. We might look at something like that.
What do you mean, like the seltzers, like the hard
seltzers, the hard seltzers, the cocktails in the bottle. Because cocktail culture is very popular now.
Right. So you think there's a market for like that bottle cocktail stuff like that?
Oh yeah. If you look at what's happening in trending, they're doing extremely well. Yeah, I have a couple of associates now that are coming out with a couple of products for that. Particular consumer, but yeah, that market is doing extremely well.
So that's the next wave, you think, or
that's happening right now? Yeah. For example, one of the things that they're doing is they're creating seltzers, as you said, hard seltzers with 5% tequila, or something. So we're getting at our distillery. That's a new customer that we have those type of hard cocktails. Or seltzers, hard seltzers, and things of that nature. So yeah, they're doing well, especially with millennials.
I'm trying to think of when we were kids, right? What do we have that filled that space? I mean, like Bartles and James, like Fuzzy Navel or Mai Tai or something like that.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Alizé, things like that.
Right.
Well, they always thought Alizé was the girl's drink.
It is.
You had a bottle of Alizé, they look at you funny.
They look at you funny.
Really?
Yeah, but then if you mix it with Hennessy, you're Tupac, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I know when I was coming up, they thought Alizé was the girls had the Alizé.
Yeah.
You had no reason to have that
stuff.
bottle unless you was mixing it, like you said.
Yeah.
But are you guys trying to? Because I know a lot of these like big box corporations. They have alcohol departments.
Yeah.
Like the Targets and Walmarts and stuff like that. Are you guys trying to get into like the big box?
So we're in Total Wine.
Okay.
Yeah, we're in Total Wine, which is I consider them like the Starbucks of the wine and spirit industry because they open a new store around the country every couple of months. So we're in there. We're actually in conversation with BJ's.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I mean we want to be in places
Trust me,
like that. Yeah.
Once you get into that's nationwide.
Yeah, so nationwide. Total Wine is nationwide.
Yeah, nationwide. Yeah.
So
you get to a couple of those.
And they buy pallets and containers.
Yeah.
BJ's and Costco is the same brands? Is it the same store?
BJ's and Costco, no, they're competitors.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with a lot of that stuff because we don't shop at those type of places in Brooklyn.
Yeah, but definitely. Because I know you have you're in a lot of spots in Jersey, I know, because I be seeing the posters and stuff. You're in a lot of...
Yeah, New Jersey, our distributor, they placed us in a lot of stores in New Jersey. We're in Connecticut.
How do you find the stores? Like, do you go around like store by store with like a suitcase or like?
Well, we work with our distributor. Then we have salespeople that specifically focuses on list of stores that we want to be in and go out and solicit them.
You know, I live in Carroll Gardens.
Okay.
I walk down Smith Street, and there's a liquor store by Atlantic Avenue. I always look in the window, and then one day I seen this shinju whiskey in there.
Okay.
And I was like, oh wow! It's like he got his whiskey in here, and they got it in the window.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, how do you negotiate getting like your product in the window? Is that the place's choice, or is it
That's
like
the place's choice. Japanese whiskeys are extremely very popular right now. So, and we actually, you know, I'm proud to say we have a really good Japanese whiskey. It's a great whiskey.
Yeah, it is. It's good.
Yeah, and it's doing extremely well. We were actually voted by Liquor.com a couple of months ago one of the 10 best Japanese whiskeys to drink in 2020. So that alone was a stamp of approval. Specifically, the product was created to be cocktail friendly, where you can mix it and create great cocktails with, and it's a very smooth. Have you had it?
I've had a sip before.
Yeah, it's a very smooth. So I'm not traditionally, before we got into this, I'm not a big whiskey person. I'll drink some Glenlivet and some Oban when I'm out with the guys. You're doing the cigar thing, but at home I wouldn't really have whiskey. I may buy a bottle if I have guests, guys that I know that drink whiskey. But I'm a tequila, wine, champagne guy. But at home, man, I'm like the senju. You know, it's like they say don't get high, you know, supply, but I be killing that. I love the senju.
It'd be like, ooh, get a little hit.
Because it's very smooth.
Right.
It's smooth, but you have a couple, you get a nice head, but it's not, it's very friendly on your palate.
So what's the next step? Are you going to try and release clothing with this, or is it just liquor? Like,
I mean, anything that we could creatively think that makes sense.
Right.
Senju becomes extremely popular. Like, you know, I'm always kind of like the dreamer. Like, if we can get an apparel line or something that we're doing with some of the artwork we're doing, coming up with, if that actually the public receives it well and it sells, then why not be in that space?
Yeah.
That might be something we have as a niche market or something. You know, might not be something over unless it just takes off.
Or even do like limited editions, capsules. And, you know, people like
shops
people
and
like
stuff.
that stuff.
Stuff,
you know?
yeah.
Like you get like you make like a little packet and have like the bottle with a shirt and stuff.
Shirts like that, right?
Yeah. You know.
So yeah, that's
people
not
like
off the
stuff like
table. But yeah, anything that makes sense in marketing and promoting the brand.
Now, how do you think things are ever go back to normal where you can do a pop-up shop?
Yeah.
And how long do you think that's going to take?
I mean, we'll see. I think that this whole COVID has, kind of changed the dynamic a bit. There's a paradigm shift in the way our daily lives are going to then proceed going forward. But I think at some point with the whole vaccine, and after that kind of shows some, promise in the next couple of years of people are doing well and no one's really getting sick, that we'll be able to do pop-ups and do some things going forward. I think some of the things that have come out of this whole experience with the what people are talking with the different boxes. I'm having
Zoom or
Zoom.
Yeah,
I mean, people are still going to be doing the Zoom and things of that nature. And then you're going to have some people that like since this occurrences have, because this is not the first time this has happened to us here in the United States, and we went back to a normal process. So I think at some point in the future we'll be back to doing some of the things we were doing prior to pre-COVID.
Right.
Yeah.
I always felt it was gonna be like 2 years, like 2022.
I mean, I think it's gonna be a while. I mean, I don't think stuff is ever gonna be like it was before.
Right?
I just think, I just think like we're in for a long ride with this, because I mean, there's a different strain of COVID out
now. Yeah.
First we got past the first one, but now there's a stronger one, and it reminds me of just having the flu. Like, the flu was so strong, and then we had to like go through it and kind of like fight it, and then you know.
Yeah, this is going to be something that everybody has to get.
Yeah, because, well,
So-
I don't think everybody's going to get it, but.
Well, unless you get vaccine, unless the vaccine works like that.
Well, you
Yeah,
can still
this is
catch
good.
it and have the, you can still
can
get
catch it with
vaccinated
the-
and still catch
yeah,
it.
it's like
'cause I've
5%,
heard some
right?
situations where people have gotten the vaccine, but they caught it again. I think I heard something recently.
Yeah. So it's not foolproof. I mean,
Right.
it definitely helps, I think, if you have. I mean, there's people that don't like to take vaccines for anything. So,
Right.
you know, I think it's whatever you want to do. Like, you can't tell somebody, oh, this is good or this is bad. They got to just, you know,
Right.
do it whatever they want to do.
How do you feel about the vaccine? You take it or what?
I mean, well, for me, I get tested every month through my job, but I would have to go to my doctor and see if it's good. I mean, if you know what I'm saying, if he says you'll be okay, you know what I'm saying, he check me out, I'm good, I'll take it.
Yeah. I want my father to take it, but he's like 75.
Right.
Me, myself, I guess I would take it. Like, if it was going to be like, my father's being like a hassle about, he doesn't
Right.
want to take this thing, you know? Keep on telling him you got to take it. And I have a feeling it's going to come down to, like, look, like, I'll do this if you're going to do this.
Right.
You know?
You have to get a comfort level.
But I definitely think our elderly should
Yeah.
take the vaccine.
Right.
Because they're receptible to catching it like really, really bad.
Bad, right.
If we catch it, we got a fighting chance at least. You know what I'm saying? If you're healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, COVID is like, to me, it's just like a latch on. Like, if you're already suffering from something, it latches on
Onto
and
it,
it
right.
becomes like a super virus.
Right.
So I think, if you're healthy enough, you'll beat it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just that, you don't want to keep on catching it here and there. And that's why I think wearing masks and,
Right.
6 feet and stuff like that. I think, if we keep on doing that, we'll come out the tunnel sooner or later. But
Yeah, I
How do
agree.
you feel about it?
No,
You get
I
the
agree.
vaccine? You get the vaccine.
Initially, my thoughts were not to,
Okay.
but I think I'm going to take the vaccine. I'm going to see how, I'm watching and seeing how people are reacting to it because, again, we get information over, the internet. You see these stories about people getting
Right.
reactions to it. So, I don't ignore it, but again, I'm aware, that there's a possibility, but the consensus is people are taking it and they seem to be,
yeah, because I think it's a per case basis. It's
right.
like my situation may not be the same,
Same
as
as
yours.
yours,
Maybe
right.
the same as his situation. So if you go to your doctor and be like, seriously, if I take this,
right.
because they know what's in it, they know the dose, they know everything. So, you know what I'm saying? Because when they give them the doses, they tell them exactly what it is.
Yeah,
once
that's
they
right.
inject them, because before you inject somebody, they're going to ask you, like, okay, what are you injecting in me?
Mm-hmm.
And they explain it to you. So, but I think, like I said, if it's good for you, it may not be good for me.
Me,
but
right.
You have that choice, because there's a lot of people that just won't get it.
Right, and then you have, as you said, there are people who have certain conditions that maybe affect their body differently. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think I will take it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I've been getting swabs stuck up my nose and injected, and every month I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, same here.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm doing all of that, might as well just go all the way.
Right.
But yeah. Let me ask you a question. So, what do you think about I think I'll ask this last week. I know you're not going to talk about it, but I'll ask Robert. Maybe he may do some later.
Sure.
The Trump guys going into the Senate and having a party. That's all I'm gonna say. What you feel about that?
I'm sad, man, at this. You mean the insurrection?
Yes, the insurrection. Yes.
I mean, I'm sad that we, as a country, at a point where people feel they could go and, storm the Capitol, man, and destroy, the institution and with intent to harm individuals there. I'm saddened by that. However, I'm also saddened at the fact that we have individuals in this country who voted this fool into the White House knowing certain things about him that tells you, we've made progress in this country, but then we still have these, people and the thought process that out there, and that's something that we are aware of. But I think him being in the White House and him kind of prompting and all his rhetoric has brought it, was transparent in our face. Mm-hmm. But it's I'm glad he's gone, but I think it's a really sad time for this country. Yeah. And I think we have a lot of work. We've been doing a lot of work for years, but again, I mean, it's just, to me, it's sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad, but you know what? I just think it does show that white privilege is real.
For sure.
And a lot of people don't want to say it. It's like the boogeyman. They don't they don't want to say Candyman 5 times, whatever.
Right.
But it's real, and I mean, if that was somebody that looked like you or even him,
or our former president, they would have been, you know what I'm saying, a statistic. Yeah.
So that just goes to show you that, like, we've come far, but we still have a long way to go.
You got a hell of a long way to go, yeah.
Because it shouldn't matter about what you look like and the color of your skin and all this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just silly. Like, the whole basis of it is just silly. Mm-hmm. But it's just that a lot of people have this old thinking, this old mentality.
It's ignorance.
Yeah, this old mentality that they don't want to die. They want to just keep on being ignorant. And we can't live like that. We all got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it makes no sense.
Well, that's why I said it's sad, it's a sad state of being, that we're in that. The people out there that had to really think like that, with all the information, all the progress that we've made as individuals, as human beings, that you still have people in this world, in this country, that think like that.
Yeah.
I mean, and that this fool, I mean, I couldn't stand to watch this man on television. When he got up there.
He's a bit much.
He's a bit much. But people follow this fool. Come on, man.
I mean, we got protesters getting beat in the head.
Right.
And just peacefully protesting. And they let these idiots in the Senate.
In the Senate.
Like, oh, go ahead. But people protest about Black Lives Matter, and they get their head knocked off.
Yeah, incredible, man. Or killed.
Yeah, either or. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just was something to really look at and really kind of like wow, like, this is really still happening.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. Last night I watched One Night in Miami.
Yeah.
Oh, how was that? I want this.
Outstanding. I think Regina King did a hell of a job with the story. The actors, the portrayal of the individuals, man, was spot on. Mm-hmm. If you haven't seen it, check it out. That's on Amazon Prime. But I bring that up because that's one of the topics, obviously, they were talking about, at that particular time. It was that transition. And I'm not going to tell you about it, but you have to see it. It was outstanding.
Regina King's the voice of Yui from the Boondocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, she's come a long way.
She's a genius. Yeah.
And shout out to Mike Cole, Mikey Likes It Ice Cream, because they had a little.
My dude.
They had a little like a little press set, and like you get it. Like, I don't know how you get it, but they sent it to people, and inside the box was 2 scoops of 2 things of Mikey Likes It Ice Cream. In the box for the movie, like it has like a box, and I think you saw it was on his Instagram, but people were showing it like, oh, Mikey's like, he doing big things, man. I mean, them boxes was like nationwide.
Yo,
and he's getting those. Shout out to Mikey, bro. I just had him last.
Away, but we collaborate.
Oh yeah. You and my boy Mike.
No more.
Yeah, you know that's my brother.
Yeah.
So I can call him up and be like, yo,
he'll tell you
what y'all doing?
I say no more, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, that's good.
Yeah.
Nah, y'all should. Y'all, I mean, listen, y'all 2 creative minds.
Yeah.
And, y'all already think alike. So I can see that, you know.
Man. Dope.
Just make sure you have my sample ready.
Of course, man. No, you're going to be at the launch.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's going to be something crazy.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to talk to you offline.
Oh, okay.
We actually plotting something for February 6th.
Okay.
Yeah, we're crazy.
That's soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Well, not a couple weeks, but, I'm exaggerating. But, yeah, man, shout out to Mikey, man, doing big things. But that's what I said, because I was going to watch the movie, but then something happened. I didn't see it. But, I saw the boxes. It's like a box set they shipped out, I guess, Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you got the boxes, but they just shipped them out.
Okay.
And inside the box was like literature.
Yeah, you got to be on a press list.
Yeah, and then but
right,
the
right.
ice cream, he had the ice cream in the box
Yo,
with
Mikey,
the press stuff.
yo, Mikey, phenomenal.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we just had him on last week.
Yeah, we did.
Last week. Shout out to Mikey. Thanks, guys. So we've talked about a lot of stuff. So going forward, we're in January. So what's the future of the company? Like, what's your next 6 months looking like? I mean, I know you're doing things with Mikey and stuff like that, but like just like a summary of what you got going on.
We're doing an official launch of the whiskey.
Yeah.
We've been doing things in the market, but we really haven't done a launch. We're starting to do more campaigning. Our campaign is called The Conversation.
Okay.
We're going to be putting out content going forward and focusing on bringing the 8-year to market and the tequila within the next 6 months or so.
So that's like the main objectives.
Yeah.
Like coming up. Okay. Okay.
Yep, that you can look out for that we'll be doing, and it's more senju Japanese whiskey content.
Yeah. So so as you know, what I try to do, I sometimes like when I remember, I bring the bottle. I try to put it on every show.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Cause I mean, I just like the designing of it. I mean, I don't want to open it because, you know what I'm saying? Like then they'll be gone because I know.
No, I'll get you some more product.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying, I know a lot of drinkers.
Okay.
You know, so that's like you gave me that bottle from like last year or something, and I just kept it. I'm like, no, that's the bottle. That's the prop bottle.
I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're gonna wrap this up. You know, we got a lot of new information about the brand. Tell them where they can find you, where they can find the brand.
Sure. You can find the brand on social media at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Senju Whiskey. You can find myself at FatBobby295. You know, I do a lot of posting about events and things that we're doing or things that are coming up. Human Brands Inc. Is our corporate Instagram page and Facebook page and on social media. And yeah.
Okay.
That's it, man.
GK.
I'm working on something, but it's not ready yet. It's half cooked. Next week, maybe.
So next week, GK will have an ending segment for the show. Finally, 6 episodes in. Finally.
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing.
Next week.
I'm happy.
GK is laid back.
I'm excited.
Huh?
You can find me on Instagram, Polo Parata. Super P Podcast on Facebook, Instagram. I think that's it. Real quick, what I wanted to say. So since you've been on the show, the new thing is, you know, we do 10 episodes and then we kind of we're taking a break.
Okay.
We've been going like hard, but so what we're gonna do? I've shown him. I created like a hoodie.
Okay.
So all the season 1 guests.
Oh, cool.
We're gonna get this hoodie.
Oh,
You know,
love it.
It's dope. I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay.
But it's done by what's his name? TTK did the artwork, and
Okay.
So expect a hoodie. Just before we leave, you know, we'll talk anyway. But you give me your size. I ordered his. His is coming this week.
Okay.
You know,
I love
got
my
you-
hat, by
I
the
got
way.
you, Walter, too.
Yeah.
I got to get your size. You know what I'm saying? Because these are gonna be just for season 1.
Okay.
Once season 1 is done, I'm not making no more. So
Got you.
I'm keeping it limited.
Well, for honor, brother. Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, guys. So we're gonna wrap this one up. I said a lot. I said all that I can say. Next week we'll have another guest, and we'll be back. You know, ciao. Have a good day. Wash your hands. Social distance. Wear your mask. And it's the Super P Podcast. Ciao.
Peace. Dope.
Yeah, man. That was dope, man.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Cool.
That was.